And we're live. Hello, 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 namaste. Good morning, good evening from wherever you're joining us. It's a beautiful morning here in India, and I hope that you're having a beautiful morning, evening, night, in whatever part of the world you are. I hope that you're having a great time. It's an honor to be here, starting this introduction for the beautiful goddesses that'll be joining in with us in just a moment. But before that, I would really want to introduce as to what this hustle is all about. So, welcome everyone to the Sacred Goddess Leadership Retreat Live. We will be going live with very beautiful people today. We'll be going live with our host of the retreat. So before I start, with the people, I'll start with the retreat as to what, where, when this is happening. So the Sacred Goddess Leadership Retreat is happening in India in Dehradun at Pyramid Home Divine from 13th to 17th October, and this beautiful place is nestled amidst the beautiful nature, the mountains, and I don't know what not. It's like the ancient portal to something which we cannot even imagine, because that particular building is built on some ancient caves which are already existing. So the beautiful person who actually thought about that place never broke that place down. So if you are joining us, you know what you're getting into. The codes, the light codes, the amazingness that you will feel there is going to be awesome. And with that, I'm going to be calling on the stage our beautiful host Pari, who thought of this whole idea of having a retreat in India. We also have our beautiful goddesses and facilitators Amy and Simona with us today, and there are two big surprises which I'm not going to share right now. But there are two other people, very beautiful goddesses, who decided to show up, who decided that they're going to be here from whatever part they are in this world, and they will come to India and join us for the retreat. So before I call both of them, the two big surprises that we have today, I'm going to call our three beautiful goddesses. Pari, adding you to stage. Amy, hello. And Simona, our beautiful ladies, beautiful goddesses. Hi, so happy to have you guys here.
Good to be here.
Here.
Hey guys, welcome.
Happy
Welcome
to
to
be here.
all the ones. Hey Simona, hey Amy, and
Hello,
thank you.
hello.
Okay. So I am very excited to see three of you. I'm very happy to be here. To be very honest, it's an honor to be amidst such beautiful people, such and the power that we radiate as the unit that we are. I feel that we are very connected, not from just this life, but many lifetimes. And I think that is why we're able to come together and do what we are doing today. So without further ado, Pari, I would like you to take the stage and introduce as to what led you to, behind the whole story behind this thought of having this retreat. And then maybe you lead us into introducing Amy and Simona as well, and what we're going to be doing together in the retreat. Over to you, Pari.
Thank you, Radhika. I'm very excited to be here today, especially with Amy, Simona, and the two other guests that we're gonna have in just a bit here. And it's always lovely to see both of them. It's beautiful to see. And Goddess Leadership Retreat. We just finished one retreat at Mount Shasta, which was super successful, and it all started, I guess it all started just with the thought that, hey, I'm doing a retreat in Mount Shasta, and I was talking to Amy and Simona just on a Zoom call, just casually. And then I knew, because I was coming to India this year, to Rishikesh. We have a 3-day mega it's a meditation summit that's happening at Rishikesh, which is absolutely phenomenal. So I was anyway coming there, and I was sharing that with Amy and Simona, and we were like, okay, one, I don't even know how it all started, but one, it just led to that. Okay, why not we do a retreat in India? I mean, we're already going there, and that's how it just started. And then I said, okay, and then I called Radhika and said, hey, can we do a retreat there? And I remember Radhika was like, I don't know, Pari, you're going to be so busy. How can we squeeze in a retreat? I remember Amy, Radhika's reaction was first, I don't think it's possible. And then she hung up, and I was like, okay, let me call her back and then discuss this again, because this is not what we have to squeeze this in. And then I explained her, and then we talked about it again. Hey, you know what? We'll do it before. It's gonna be fine. And because anyway, in Rishikesh, we're gonna meet everybody, so that will work out. And finally she was on board. Okay, you know what, maybe we can do this. And immediately we started looking for places. Okay, where do we do it in India? And also, since we're there just for 2 weeks, we don't even have much time to travel around the country. Because this retreat, Simona, I have been planning since 2019 in India, this goddess leadership retreat from 2019. And we have a beautiful landing page, we do everything, but it somehow, when I'm in India, Amy knows, it's just super busy, and we just never get to do this stuff. And 2020 COVID happened, so we canceled. And so I am so freaking glad that finally we are doing this in India, and you both are joining. That is like a super plus, and I guess this is why it is happening now. I mean, I have no doubts that it was meant to initiate in this way. And now I feel like India is ready, because this whole concept of goddess initiation or goddess leadership is a whole new idea for India. And I feel that now it is, we you know it's women are ready for this. They're waiting for this, and it's a great start. And after Mount Shasta, to see what has been unfolded there, and it's just perfect. I know, Radhika, you missed a whole retreat there. It was absolutely phenomenal, but I know you'll be there one day, probably next year. But yeah, so I'm super excited to do this in India, and invite all the leaders in India, all the women who are leaders, to join this, because it is about leadership, it is about um, empowerment, it is about support, it is about connection, and it is about elevating oneself and your own community. How do we empower the community that we come from? So that it's a lot squeezed in one retreat, 5 days and 4 nights. So I'm excited.
Thank you, Pei. Thank you for that power boost. Thanks a bunch. And yes, I'm excited too. Before we dive in, I want to quickly tell you and not introduce Amy and Simona as to what they do, who they are, but how I know them. So I got a chance to meet Amy last year in DMC. That's again a very, very big meditation event that happens in India, and she happened to be there along with Jennifer, a beautiful soul. Both of them were there, and it was such a gala time with both of them. And what I feel personally for Amy is that she is such a kindred spirit. When she walks in a room, it just lights up, because she's always walking with that love in her heart, and I do not know how she does it. I mean, I know I can do it too, but I don't know. She just lights up a room when she walks in, and she is always with so much. She has this joy that's I don't know. This is like there's this joy in her that when she's speaking to you, you would want to smile and you would want to just look into her eyes and just not look away. It's like, okay, I am feeling nice. I'm feeling nice. Simona, I got to meet her before the Mount Shasta retreat. It was such a treat to just see her, online, and with the amount of craziness we both were going, "Hey, hey," and I was like, okay, someone matches my crazy. So I know when Simona is gonna be here, both of us will be dancing. I just can feel the energy will collide. It will be like a collision of two crazy people meeting together, dancing around and doing all the jazz. So I cannot tell you, I'm beyond stoked to have this. And as Pari said, yes, I was okay, Pari's schedule is like on roll. I don't know what will happen if we can do this, if we can do this. And when she hung up, and I was like, why did I say no? Why do I have to always say no? I mean, maybe this is possible. And then when she again called, and I think then it just worked out, because I was like, no, you have to sometimes give in, and this is the right time. So over to you, Amy. How do you feel about this whole thing? And also, if you can share a little bit about your Mount Shasta experience, and as to what we are trying to bring into this retreat as well.
Well, first of all, thank you for all those kind words. And I'm so excited to get to share this space with you again. When I was in India, there are always a handful of people that stand out. Pari and I connected instantly, but Radhika, like it was, in fact, she reminded me in this weird way of Simona. I might have even said that to you. I can't remember, but there's just this. I've not met anybody that doesn't like Simona. I'm going to find somebody, but she just is this wonderful light. And that's what it was when I saw Radhika. And then to get to talk to her, not just about the meditation retreat that we were there for, but about all the other things that she does, that she dives into, that she brings to this world, that I wanted to be able to share her with others. So we are going to bring her over to America because she's got to come next year. She hasn't been yet. So this is actually a great gift that I get to see you again. Because for me, you do have a very playful spirit. I know you can get shit done, but I believe also, right, that you just, you're very giving and you make me smile. So I'm very excited to get to go with you and bring friends that get to share in your space too. And have, we get to all share with each other. I will say at Mount Shasta, the ladies I got to spend time with, there is a goddess and a leader within each of us. There is beauty in everyone. Everyone. You have to sometimes tell yourself, I will see the beauty, but if you do, it shows up. I have never had it not show up. And to see these women, humans come together that did not know each other, and by the end, feel so within just, what was it, 3 days? How many days? We weren't there very long. In a matter of few days, feel like family. They're people that if you need something, you just call. Even if it's just to say hello or can you support me today? It doesn't matter. And everybody was at a different stage. And that was perfect too. Some women, it was their first time traveling alone. That was phenomenal. We don't know what the steps are, right, that we each take. To me, I traveled alone probably since I was 15. To somebody else, that's a big deal. We don't know where we are on our life's journey, and what's small to one person is huge to another, and what's huge to me is small to somebody else. And so to get to play in that space and see all of these women shine, that's the one thing I believe, is that we are all leaders in some area. I don't care if you think it's small, if you think it's big, and got to see that at Mount Shasta. People stood up there and were step into their genius. And when somebody else leads, other follow. And then when it's your time to lead, you step up. And so I hope the same thing, that I know India, every group is different. There's a different dynamic with each group, which is what I love. It's like a Christmas present. We don't know what we're going to get, but no matter what, it's good. And to see, I just encourage people to come with open minds, open hearts. Yes, we will dive into some self-development and leadership, but we'll also dive into what are we beyond these human bodies, right? The magnificence that we are. And how do we let that shine even more brightly, unencumbered? not worried about what other people think, not worried. Now, who cares if we fall? Who cares if we mess up? I can, if you ask my children, I probably mess up on a daily basis, yet they still love me. So weird how that happens. When we really are authentic, people are more forgiving, caring, and much more joyful to be around, I think. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. And to go back to the beautiful country, if you have not been to India and you have the time, I encourage you. I can't, I mean, I was there in December and I'm going back. And I'm pretty picky traveler. So
I don't think so. I don't believe that.
well, I'm easy going, but I'm still picky.
Well, I'm waiting to see that side of Amy of being picky, but yeah, I don't believe that. No, she's not
You should
at
know.
all.
I think she's people picky. She's not place picky. She picks up people she wants to be with and travel with,
I
and that
do.
is how she decides to
Yeah.
travel to places.
Yeah, picky. And then we always have fun.
Yes.
Over to you, Simona. Can you please share something and like what are you looking forward to for India and how was it for you at Mount Shasta as well?
Hello. Yeah, thank you for having me. And hello, everybody. Let's see. Mount Shasta was amazing. I mean, not only the location and the mountain speaking to us, being in the presence of all of those women, I feel like their soul touched my soul in all sorts of ways. And then it was just so amazing to watch these women connect and listen and learn and have come with open hearts. You know, they didn't know fully either what they were getting into. I mean, they knew it was a leadership retreat, but everybody just blossomed and the energy was palpable. So I look forward to that in India. Also, everybody kind of, digging deep. We'll do some work for sure, but then having fun and getting to know each other, building bonds and relationships, and being our authentic selves. Because once you start to feel that, you start to do it more on a daily basis, and you forget. You try to forget, not forget, but you don't let other outside pressures influence you. You just be you.
Simona, would
That
you
was
mind
some pretty
Sorry.
if you can't talk about it or you don't want to just say it, would you mind sharing though the story of the camera?
Oh, I can. So we were doing our goddess photo shoots and we were getting towards the end. I still had a few women left to shoot with the big, beautiful red flying dress, and my camera broke. I mean, I can't even explain it. It broke. My shutter broke off inside. And I had been thinking about looking at other cameras. I knew that there was some other bodies coming out soon. So there would be some deals and, but I was like, that's not in my budget right now or on my agenda. I am happy with what I have. Well, my camera broke while we were there. And these women all that came to the retreat actually helped and chipped in and gave me a little extra to help me purchase a new body, which was amazing. And I am forever grateful to them for that. But that is also just the bond and the family that we created while we were at Mount Shasta. And I know that in a way, sometime in the future, I will be able to reciprocate with more than just words, and my love. I will be able to reciprocate back to every single one of them.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. Because I got to be a witness on this journey with her.
Yes.
And she did, by the way, she did give because she gave amazing pictures. She took amazing pictures. of women, bringing out something in them that they often don't see. So
Oh,
I will
Yeah.
say they were gorgeous. And I think for me, especially coming from America, I've always felt like people are very generous and helpful, but I have heard some other people have different opinions. And to be around a group for 3 days
oh,
and to see what they felt like a fellow sister all of a sudden lose something that means a lot, not only to her, but to her livelihood, and say, Simona did not ask, right? They were, let's
No.
do this as a group. And I know I could still cry from it as well. It was probably the most beautiful gift I've seen in a long time for someone.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, it was
So
amazing.
we're going to
Yeah.
put that damn camera to use in India.
Oh, yes. But even
Right in the morning. This is like an emotional roller coaster. Wow.
But I also want to say that there was a few that didn't get their photos done, and we talked about it afterwards too. And they said that they were not angry. They were just like, it wasn't my time. It wasn't my time, and you could tell that there was some reservation about getting into the dress and being in front of the camera. But it was just like, yeah, that was the confirmation. That was the universe speaking to all of us. And like I said, I know that someday I will have them in front of my new camera in another way, or reciprocate back to them somehow. So it's funny how the universe works.
It's very
And
funny.
it does take.
Yeah. And so I think I wanted to bring that story up because I wanted people to really connect to what can happen with a group in 3 days. Even actually probably 2.5, right? Like by the time you're sleepy or really awake, the support, the love, compassion that was shown, it's not, we expect it often from our families, even if some people don't get it, or from longtime friends. But often before that, we put up walls, and these walls were not up like that. And so I hope that other people will say, maybe I don't have my tribe, or, maybe I want to know what that feels like, or maybe I have so much love in me and I give it, and I still want to give it to a whole new group and be willing to receive it. That's, not always easy to receive a gift like that either. And learning to be on the receiving end is just as important as learning to give. And women are often really good at giving, not always so good at receiving.
Yep,
So,
and I know that is a lesson I need to learn.
we are all working on it. We're all working on it. Except at Christmas time, I have no problem. Santa, give it to me.
Thank you, guys. That was like really heartfelt and powerful. And I don't know. I think this is what we do, guys. We laugh, we go crazy, we shed tears together. We do all sorts of things, and that is how we grow. And I can vouch for this because I've been growing with Pari for I think now 4-5 years. Because that's how it started for me with Jules and Pari when we initially started this whole circle, and today we are here sitting with other two beautiful goddesses. So it's been an amazing ride. And with this, further ado, I want to invite on stage our two beautiful surprises. Here we go with Tina. Hi, Tina. And Jenny. Hi, Jenny. So good to have you guys on board.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Welcome, welcome. So happy to see you here.
Yes, hello, you two.
I know.
Hello.
Thanks for the invite.
Okay.
Do you want me to start with some questions for them? Because I just got done having dinner with them not too long ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's start with how did the Dina and Jen happen? Let's start with that, Amy.
Okay. Well, their parents met years ago. They they had a relationship for a moment, and here they are.
Yeah.
But I think you're talking about a different how did this happen? Jen, I met Jen at the gym,
Yep.
and it was a quick hello. I mean, like it was one day, but as we've talked about, sometimes you meet people and there's just this, the universe, I don't think puts any of us together that we're not supposed to be together, whether we like that or not. There's something to learn from everyone. But this was a good learning, and it was a delight to meet her. And we had common interests, we had common books, and I said, let's get together or something. But I text her, she texts me right away.
Yeah. Yeah. There, like you were talking about earlier, there's an energy about Amy that just kind of draws you in. And I was instantly just attracted towards her. And we started talking about our similarities, and she recommended a book. We exchanged numbers right there. And I think we were trying to work out, but we were talking more than we were working out. And it just kind of went from there. Mm-hmm.
And I don't quite when did I tell you about India?
Actually, that day we were talking about traveling, and you're like, you should come to India.
Right.
And I go, don't say that because I will. And look where we are now. So
That's right. Jen loves to travel. Mm-hmm. I love to travel. As far as I know Dina does. I know Simona does. Pari, you have to travel. So we don't know if you like it or not. It doesn't matter. But Radhika, I'm sure you do because I know you want to come to America. So you're right. That's how the conversation started. And I mean, if you have not been to India, I have traveled quite a bit, but going to a foreign country that you aren't sure of, or alone, there are people that have a lot of ease doing it by themselves. And there are others who want a friend to go along or kind of want things mapped out. And so I think part of my talking to Jen and Dina, and they can testify that this or not, but was, look, come. Yeah. You are taken care of. From the moment you land to the moment you get back on the plane, we will all be arm in arm together on this journey. And then having Pari and Radhika from there, right? That to me helps a great deal to say yes, because you have a friend there. So Jen, how did you feel about that?
I like that it was all taken care of and that I could just sit back and kind of, let it happen and unfold, and it's unfolded perfectly, and I couldn't be more excited to be a part of it.
So what made you really say why? Is it the adventure? Is it the curiosity? There could be many things.
I think there's many things. It's personal growth, self-development, like you said, the community and the connection. I think that's something we all kind of strive for. And when I met you, I just knew that it's something I didn't want to miss out on. And yeah, I'm excited.
All right. I'm going to have you share.
I do. Yeah. I do.
Go ahead. Share this story.
Well, so the trip kind of just happened unexpectedly. I wasn't planning on it. I wasn't looking into it really. I wasn't budgeting for it. If I can give a little backstory, probably like 4 or 5 years ago, someone I was in a relationship with I borrowed money to him, $2,000, kind of wrote it off. Never thought I would see the money again. Now, present time, India is here. I'm looking at flights, looking at the budget, how much it's going to cost. I get a text from the said person out of nowhere, wanting to discuss payment and how much. Then get a phone call, and he shows up outside of my house and hands me $2,000 in cash. And that was my flight. So my trip was paid for, and it just happened easily. Just came literally to my door.
Mm-hmm. And I want to point out something really important here that I think we miss in the story is the power of decision. Mm-hmm. The moment you might not have had a full yes, but I think in your heart, you were like, I'm going to figure this out. I don't care how, but I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah. Right away, it was pulling at my heart. Even the second you talked about it at the gym, I just felt this tug. And then I actually came across one of your guys' lives on Facebook, and I think I reached out again saying, is there any more information about India? And it happened fast within a couple of days. I mean, the money was at my door and we were booking flights. So it's pretty amazing.
There's something about, we believe we have to know the how. It's how we've been conditioned. But the power of decision, just saying yes, and a full body, like I'm excited, yes. Things go to work that we don't quite understand. And we might have an idea where the money will come from, but we sometimes don't, or the people that will show up. And that power is, I love your story. I see this probably on a daily basis with other people, but I don't think so many people are aware of what happens the moment you say yes, or the moment you say no. It doesn't matter what the decision is. But something changes and you start getting signs, in your case, a cash envelope full of cash. But
I still can't believe it. It's amazing.
You are coming. Now you have to believe it.
I do. I believe it. Yeah, you're right.
So I think that's the other thing is we're going to through India is really focusing, having people focus on what they want, but learning to believe in the dream.
Yeah.
Learning to not just keep it up here, but really embody it. So what are some things you're looking forward to? Like, we talked a little bit tonight briefly at dinner about intention, but you said self-development, meeting people.
Yeah. I think
is there anything for yourself?
Mostly, yeah. I mean, I'm kind of just taking a leap and getting to know myself, I feel like, and with a bunch of amazing women, I don't think there could be a more safe place to do it. Like I said, we all are just starting this journey, but I already feel so welcomed and so part of the group, and the bonds are already amazing, and I can't wait to see how they grow. I feel like it's going to be a trip of this lifetime or this year, like you said tonight.
This year.
Yes. Can't wait.
I'm so excited and honored to have you, and now, have you in my phone and get to call you a friend. Yes. I value friendship very much. I don't ever take that for granted. And so Dina, who now is not only my friend, but my neighbor, didn't know it.
I know. It's hard to believe we are so close. It's crazy. Was so shocked when Simona was like, she lives in your backyard. So I feel very fortunate.
So tell us too, why did, go ahead, Simona, what?
I just said you were destined to be friends.
Simona knew Dina for a long time.
Yes.
And I can vouch that there is no one that doesn't like Simona. They don't exist.
And if they do, we will take care of them.
Yeah,
right.
But they don't. It's impossible.
Just bombard them with love.
We will. Okay, fine. We'll do that. Dina, I have so many wonderful things to say about you, but tell me, you said a little bit about tonight, but why, or why not?
Yeah, well, I think like we were talking about tonight, India wasn't necessarily on my bucket list. I really feel like this trip found me through you. And so that's what really got me excited about going. I've been on kind of a personal development, spiritual journey for the past, my whole life, but I will say more intentionally in the last year. I closed my business about a year ago, and ever since then, I've just had the time to really invest and put a little bit more energy into who I am and figure out, like Jen said, who am I and what do I want? And so that was one of the reasons that this became such a good opportunity for me to kind of jump on board with all of you beautiful goddesses. So I'm excited to be a part of this circle and on this journey. But yeah, it's just been kind of a cool opportunity as to why having it all kind of done and prepared for you. That was another big, just kind of relief, and felt a little bit of a safety net that I know who's going to be there. I know, a couple of things, and if I don't know, they will know. So there's a lot of comfort in traveling across the world to continue this journey.
Wow.
Thank you. And then we, Dina and Jen recently also met and became friends, and then of course knew each other, knew people that they each know in common.
And
all
I
those
worked at your gym years ago too, so it's all connected some way.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, all of the connections. I'm like, you're the call sister? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So it was great.
Oh, we lost Miss Simona. So yeah, I'm very excited to not only travel with you guys and be on this journey, but also to see every day, of course, is a new day, and there are micro changes often that we don't see. But in these type of opportunities, usually the growth we have we don't feel like the same person when we show up compared to when we leave. Yeah. And that's often a good thing in the personality wise, right? Like, because that thing is always changing. and so the greatest questions that you just said, Dina, that we can ask ourselves, one, who am I? Mm-hmm. The most important question, or what am I? But also, what do I want? Mm-hmm. And so I encourage anyone to come on this, and every day while you're there with us, wake up and say, what do I want? Not the mind, not the chatty, not the ego. What is this dream that, whether you call it God, source, universe, whatever name you have, what's its dream for me? It is such a valuable question to get silent about and reflect. And so giving ourselves the space to do that. And as you said, safety, right? That's to create that space for a group to show up, to be happy, to be sad, to be mad. They're all good. They're all good, without the judgment of it. And the one thing, whoever's listening to this, I will say, I'm really actually very easygoing, very flexible. I love being around people. But the one thing I don't put up with is gossip. And I don't. If you want to say, that will be something that you'll find, if it's something that's in your life that you do, or you have these thoughts that you want to say something about somebody, we will encourage you while you're there, say it to the person. No need. It's about the only thing that I kind of I believe, is Jen talked about her wonderful work environment, that the people just say it, get it out, and it's done. And because gossip will destroy not only a person, it will destroy an organization, it will destroy a family faster than anything else that I've seen. And so I'm not trying to get off on a tangent. I'll just say, if there's one area, I'll go, nope, we're not doing it. That'd be probably the only place, the only thing.
Wow. Thank you, guys. Thank you for such amazing, beautiful conversation, for such heartful messages. I'm really, really, really looking forward to have Jen and Dina join us. I can't wait to hug you guys and give you all the love that I have so much in like overflowing with it. But before I go deeper, I really want to quickly, just before we go ahead, I have done my card reading, and you can't believe the cards that have come out. I am going crazy, okay? The first card is the world. If you can see it, I'll just put it on there's a background. This card is the world, if you can see it. The second card is Ace of Swords, and I'll quickly tell you what it all means. It's just marrying each other beautifully. And the last card is Ten of Wands. So for this group, so my specific question was, hello there. I am calling in the light seers, the shadow seers, and everyone, and I want to understand what this group is bringing in, what this retreat is bringing in. So the world is saying, because it is in the lights, it's in the straight position. It is saying that happy endings, and also the world is like the last card in the major arcana, so it also means that there is something coming to the fore, it's coming to the end, like it's seen full cycle. So that all that baggage that you've been carrying is leaving behind. Jen would agree to that. I'm sure all of us would agree to it in some or the other way. So all the baggage that we had is being left behind. We are now seeing huge possibilities in what we can achieve. Ace of Swords is all about taking in that opportunity and being all creative, go all in. Swords is also a very beautiful air energy, so it's like you're up in the air doing what needs to be done, what needs to be like. It's like it's the go-getter card. And Ten of Wands is nothing but, and also Wands is a fire energy, so it's like you're bringing in that fire and telling yourself, okay, I am done, it is it, I am going to leave all the heavy all the heaviness and the baggage behind. I'm going to take that leap of faith and go forward and do it. So if this is, I'm getting goosebumps right now, but I know that this is the whole energy of this retreat. So if you're joining in, if you're here watching us right now, you know what is in store for you. So there is a lot of huge release that we'll be doing. So yeah, that's it. And thank you for allowing me to speak and to be able to read this for all of us. I'm really happy and glad I'm doing this. Thank you.
I love that.
Thank you. Thank
That was
you. Thank you. It was amazing. Radhika, can you share a little bit about what you do and what you'll do at the retreat?
Oh yes, we were actually getting into this phase that what we'll be doing in the retreat and what it is all about. So while it is called a Sacred Goddess Leadership Retreat, I want everyone to understand that leadership does not only mean sitting in a corporate office being a CEO and just earning a lot of money. I mean, that is a part of it. Yes, but it also means being the CEO of your life, being the leader of your life, being that conscious divine creator that you were meant to be, and take in your stride whatever it is. Like when you walk, like how I was saying about Amy, when you walk in a room, you just light it up with your wholeness, with your beingness, with your isness. So that is what we are looking at. So everyone will bring something or the other to the fore. They'll be bringing their own light, of course. So particularly for me, I'll be the major thing that I'll be doing is the initiation of the Dark Goddess ceremony, which I am very excited about. So this ceremony will be all about letting go, accepting your shadows, seeing yourself in the rawness, in that ugliness, in that whatever you are, seeing all those parts which you don't like and actually falling in love with it, because that is what makes you you. So we'll be really getting into, like, we'll be getting our feet and hands and heart and body dirty by going into all the parts that we haven't seen in a long time, or we have shut it down for whatever reasons, because someone said, oh my god, this is so bad, or whatever. Like as Amy said, we do not tolerate gossip, we do not tolerate slandering, we do not tolerate hate. There is all love. So with all of that love, with all of that compassion, with that kindness and everything that we have in our heart, we'll be diving deep into all of that shadows during that ceremony. It's going to be an intense 3 to 4 hour ceremony, guys. And also we'll be tapping into inner child. We'll be tapping into a lot of other things. So particularly, I will be leading into a lot of emotional status quo. We'll also be going into some vibrational tools, some divination tools, because there'll be a lot of channeling. There'll be a lot of messages coming in from the other side of the Milky Way galaxy or the multiverse that we live in. There'll be a lot of stuff coming from my end, of course. So this is what we're going to do. This retreat is going to be where we will heal together. We'll dance together. We'll cry together. We'll laugh together. We'll go crazy. We're going to go on outings, if that is a possibility, to maybe one of the sacred places around Dehradun, and we'll meditate there. There'll be a lot of meditation, guys. For us, for me, for Pari, I know I can vouch, and I'm sure that now Amy and Simona also can vouch for that. For us, meditation is an absolute must. So for us, everything starts from it. This is our foundation, because what I feel is that when you're grounded, when when you are sitting with yourself and you're able to sit with yourself quietly, silently, in whatever ways you can, I think you open doors for everyone else to see you as you are, because you're able to spend that time with you. Because if you cannot love yourself enough, I do not think that you're giving the space to anyone else to, or allowing anyone else to love you, because people learn through your actions. So I think the most important thing for self is to see yourself as you want to be seen. So I think that is what we're going to be doing in this retreat. And I think I'm going to give over to Pari to take this forward and share a few things as to what we are looking forward to in this retreat. Over to you, Pari.
Well, I'm just super excited hearing Jen's story and Dina's presence there. It's absolutely phenomenal. You guys are so brave, signing up, not knowing what it is, and just like, okay, you know what, universe, I lead in, I surrender. That is pretty awesome. You've already, you showed up for yourself. And as everything coming together, again, it's so beautiful that also that we will be traveling to Rishikesh together. Rishikesh is like the Sedona of India. It is the spiritual hub, a global center, energy vortex in itself. And there are many, many yogis and rishis who have come from there. And still, there are many yogis who live thousands of years there right now. So it's a very high spiritual vortex, and we'll be joining a 3 day meditation retreat there. You will be seeing a lot of people. So I hope you're ready for that. Thousands of people. But it will be again, you'll have all of us together with you. You'll have specially assigned, someone to take care and for everything around. Amy Radhika has already planned one day, like, okay, you know what, Pari, when Amy and Simona are here, we are not just doing meditation retreat, we have to go shopping too. I said, yeah, sure. We'll do that as well. Because Kesh has a lot of stuff to buy in. We can go crazy. So that's on the car. So yeah, we will be doing shopping. We will be having fun, taking photos on the streets. It's going to be super fun photo shoot, by the way, on the streets with lovely background. So we don't even. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
All the photos that you're going to get, and I'm so grateful for Simona. Simona is here. Let me just put her back. That she's going to be there capturing the moments. It is absolute luxury to have that which I witnessed in at Mount Shasta, and I cannot be grateful enough for her to offer that kind of gift to all of us. Because I saw the women there, as Amy said, who never traveled alone, who never went on a women's trip. And when Simona was there taking pictures, they were like, "Can you take my picture? Can you take my picture?" Just seeing that was so overwhelming and heartwarming. And that is something that I had that opportunity to witness. And I'm looking forward for that in India as well, with all of us and with that beautiful backdrop. It's going to be amazing. So I'm super excited. It's a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
It's gonna
As
be
she,
awesome.
it's a lot of fun dancing, and of course, a lot of energy work with meditation. So we'll be doing a lot of initiation. I know in 4 days, it's a lot that we talked about, but we will do all of that. We will squeeze in every bit of that we spoke about. And also the pyramids, you'll get to see the pyramids there. So I'll just give a brief intro about the pyramids to all the people who are watching from US and who have not been also to India. So India has right now more than 25,000 pyramids. So pyramids are built for meditation, and Amy got to see a couple of them, or maybe more than that. And in Dehradun, we have this our meditator who built pyramids as a resort. So that is where we are going to have this hosted, this retreat. So the angle of the pyramid is equal to the Giza pyramid angle, the pyramids at Egypt, 51 degrees, 51 minutes. So the angles absolutely amplify anything that you do inside of it. So, and specifically, all these pyramids are built for meditation purpose only. So I'm not sure if we are going to do the ceremonies inside the pyramid or outside. That is something that we'll have to check in, Radhika. But just the whole place is so magical, so mystical, and you will be activating a lot of portals within, just in the presence there, and the energies. One of the things that I find fascinating is whenever I go to an event, it's not the event itself, but it's the people that we meet, that activates a lot of things within us, which beautifully connects the whole event together. So that is the and that experience is priceless. We think about, like, the flight money, or this and that, all the expenses, but the very thing about being in person, in that experience, it is priceless. It, no amount of money can account to that experience that we're gonna share together in October. So I'm excited for that. And thank you for this time. We've always almost at the top of the hour now. We've been here for an hour. It just went by. And thank you, Radhika, for hosting. And Radhika, by the way, is a kick-ass intuitive. She is a psychic. She's a medium. She's a channeler. She's she's like, and a great writer, by the way. She's a professional writer, and her graphics, everything, the whole creativity is within her. So I'm super thrilled that she's going to be there with us, in activating these ceremonies. And of course, Amy, the goddess herself. Look at her. Oh my gosh. That background and you with that dress is super. I mean, I am just right there. I don't think you need anything else. And bringing your expertise, your presence itself is a blessing, is a gift to all those women who are going to be there at the retreat. This is a chance that you do not want to miss, to be amongst such great leaders who are coming in, and Dina and Jen sharing your gifts to all of us. I'm looking forward for that as well, to learn from you, and share your wisdom to all the goddesses who are going to come join there. And Simona, the beautiful, the goddess, with you have to see Simona's hair, Radhika. It is absolutely, you'll be like, can I have that hair? Is absolutely gorgeous. And with her presence, she makes you feel so comfortable. So it's just that warmth that you're like instantly like calm down. Okay, instantly like belong, that inclusive, and that's amazing. That's such a energy that she carries, and all of this coming together is absolutely phenomenal. I can't ask for anything more better than this. So I am excited. Thank you all for showing up, for coming in, and anything you would like to add. I'm opening up the floor.
I do actually have one question for Dina and Jen, because we haven't discussed it, and it was new to me because growing up in a Christian religion, I'm not saying any religion talks about this, but what a dark goddess is or isn't. At first I was like, what is that? What's a dark goddess ceremony? And Radhika she opened it up a little bit, but have you heard of it before? Do you have any questions?
I'm curious. I'm curious to learn.
Okay, well, it's not. Yeah, I mean, it's because the first when I heard it, I was like, the very first time, many years, I was like, God, that sounds scary. but it's not. It really is, again, just another word for really of self-development and learning the parts of ourselves that we have disowned, been embarrassed about, put to the side for whatever reason, whether it doesn't even have to be trauma. It could be the little girl that said, or it's from a parent that said, you're too loud, or you better be perfect, right? All of those different types of things that we learn to, now I giggle. I still mess up. I do a lot of silly things that people look at me for, go, what? But I have such joy in even the things at one time I would have judged. because it's not about being perfect at all. I mean, there's a perfection in us, but you know, that human part. So this is, and things are still revealed. Much as I do, things are still revealed. So that's really what it is just really getting on, and you don't have to share it with anyone. It's about being honest with yourself of where do you deny the parts that you don't want to see, because we've all been told, oh, she's a good girl. She's sweet. She's nice. And then we own that part. I don't now, but you know, at one time I would have said, she thinks I'm a bitch. You know, now I'm like, oh, she thinks I'm a bitch. Thank you. That was the bad girl. You don't want to be the bad girl, right? Unless you're Joan Jett, of course, then we definitely want to be the bad girl. But so that's really what it is. It is just a word for what we are going in, to really be honest and see those parts of the human and start to have compassion for all of it, so that we don't feel like we have to hide and always put on a fake face. And then we also grow to where we, even when we're crying, we're still laughing. There's a beauty, there's a joy in the cry, there's a joy in the anger, there's a joy in joy. It's like the joy doesn't leave no matter what the journey and you're experiencing. But first we have to really dig in and be willing to look at all the fear, anger, whatever that is that we don't want to acknowledge. So I just wanted to say that in case anyone had questions, or I know the first time I ever heard, like, what, am I going to come out with horns? What
No, I
is this?
appreciate you saying that, because I did kind of equate the dark goddess to kind of the shadow self. But I appreciate you elaborating.
Yeah, it really is. Once we get through it and just can be honest with ourselves, which sometimes is not easy to do. Like I say, it's still being revealed to me as well. But it does open something up for us. So, but thank you for letting me share that and clarify for anybody who did have questions, especially maybe some of us here in America that go, what the heck is that? So if you, Jen or Dina, if you were going to tell somebody why they should come.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I loved hearing that this has been in development since 2019. So thank you for sharing, and thank you for inviting. I'm so excited to be a part of it. And yeah, I feel like if folks are considering or thinking about the possibility, I just think it's such a great opportunity to be with a group of like-minded women, goddesses, and in a very safe place, and amongst such great people. So I feel the comfort and guidance and support is all there waiting. So that was one of my biggest reasons to like Ari said, lean in and take it.
I agree. Just do it, decide, and it'll all work out. These women are amazing, and I already feel connected even through the screen. And just in the last couple of months, meeting Dina and Amy, and it's going to be amazing. So take the chance. Excited.
And I have a proposal for Dina. How about if we do like a podcast each day while we're there and talk about our experience and interview some of the ladies while we're there?
Oh, you're on. I'm in.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm putting you on the spot, but I have a feeling that was okay.
I told you this is my year of the yes. I'm just, whatever falls into my lap, I'm going to accept and say yes. So I will take it.
Okay. And Jen, we're going to have you sing and dance.
All right. I can't sing, but I'll do some dance moves for you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you for showing up and for joining not just a trip, but this time with us. And if anyone else wants to share, please go ahead.
I was just going to say thank you for being so amazing, for being really, really up here and speaking your truth and with your authenticity. I also want to announce that there is a schedule that we'll be following during our days in Dehradun, and that will be out soon. We'll all be sharing it on a particular Instagrams, so you can see. But in general, as Amy asked me what I'll be doing, so I'm gonna share quickly that Pari and Amy are also seasoned leadership coaches, so they'll be bringing that to the forum. They'll be bringing their expertise there, and they'll be also training you guys. So that training will happen. Simona is not just a photographer, but she's also someone who leads people. As Pari said, that she has this knack of making people comfortable and actually help them alleviate from whatever fear that they have in our heart. So she's someone who brings a lot of joy in there. So she will be not only clicking pictures, but with that particular action, she'll be actually helping you embody your own self. She'll help you fall in love with your own body, because I know not just in India but all over the world, people, women especially, have this great I don't know, something in their head with the body image. Oh, I'm so fat. Oh, I'm so skinny. Oh, maybe my breast looks small. Oh, maybe my hair are not black enough, brown enough, blonde enough. I don't know. But the point is, we're all beautiful in whatever and whoever we are. So Simona actually helps us, embody that love for ourselves. So this is a little bit of what we are bringing. Of course, Jen and Dana will also bring their own magic to that place. So it is not like, oh my God, that Pari is hosting, Radhika is co-hosting, then Amy and Simona are just, they're coming to facilitate. So this is just four of us doing all the work. No, everyone who's joining the retreat will bring something or the other to the forum. Everyone will be teaching. So as we are mentors, we're also students. So we're all learning from one another. I think that is how you grow. When you stop being a student of life, that is exactly where the stagnation comes. So we're all students of life, and we'll all be growing together in those 3 to 4 days we are together, and we'll continue to explore it in Rishikesh as well. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share, and thank you for letting me speak. Any last words, anyone? Please go ahead and share, and then we'll call it a day.
Well, thank you, Radhika. And Simona, any last words? We haven't heard from you.
No, my connection keeps going in and out. So, but I can't wait to see everybody in India. Thank you, everybody, for showing up tonight. Jen, I cannot wait to meet you in your presence. Dina, love you so much. Yes.
Love you.
And Radhika, I can't wait to be in your presence either. I am just like thrilled to be with you. So looking forward to India, planning, excited, love you all. Yay.
Thank you. So I think that's our time to end the live stream. Thank you everyone for joining in. Pari, Amy, Simona, Jen, Dina, thank you for coming in, and thank you everyone who joined us live, or you'll be watching us afterwards. Thank you so much. And with this, bye-bye, and we'll see you again.